First thing we got is public comments. Now, you guys came to speak for, you didn't want to speak about the polling place. You wanted to talk in the public comments about the animals. I'm going to put you on the other sheet. So, Mark, you want to go first or last?
I'll go last.
All right. ML Moore. You got 3 minutes. State your name and address for the record, and we'll give you a warning when you get close to your 3 minutes.
Okay.
And if you could turn on the mic and speak into the mic so we got it all, so we can keep track of our minutes. Yeah.
Is that good?
You can move it close to your face. All
It should be good.
right. Thank you, ma'am.
I like that then.
We wait.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
My name is ML Moore. I live at 412 Melmont Lane, Amherst, near Tie River. I'm here to ask you to reconsider the county's fence-in ordinance enacted in December 2019. At that time, enforcement provisions were considered, but rejected. Full disclosure, I've been a farmer my whole life, mostly horses and cattle, with a few odds and ends. So I know it takes good fences, consistent maintenance, and constant oversight to keep your animals in. I'm sure that the majority of farmers in this county identify and retrieve loose livestock promptly, make their fence repairs, and discuss any damage with affected landowners. However, there are also landowners who can't or won't fix their fences, whose livestock is out frequently, and who refuse to take responsibility for any damage. Well, you say, just knock on their door and ask them politely to retrieve their animals. I'm here to tell you that doesn't work. Not the first time and not the 10th time. There's a broad spectrum of consequences when animals are loose, from damage to neighbors' lawns and gardens on one end, to a random bull in with your cows, to a herd of cattle in your hayfield, but most especially to potential serious car wrecks when cattle are in the road after dark. Take a look at Nelson Knows for frequent postings of cattle along our roads. I urge you to add enforcement language to the existing ordinance, enabling animal control to fine repeat offenders who are brazenly ignoring the law. Give them a pass on the first offense, fine them $250 for the next offense, and double it every time after. Language should also be included for offenders to reimburse the county for money spent dealing with loose livestock when owners are not retrieving them in a timely manner. You'll see a dramatic reduction in livestock at large and subsequent complaints. Enforcement provision will not affect responsible owners. Be sure to ask animal control for their input. It's my experience that the officers are courteous people, primarily concerned with animal well-being. They listen to owners' excuses and neighbors' complaints, but they have no authority to enforce the law. They need a tool to
30 seconds.
They need a tool to judiciously and effectively and promptly deal with unacceptable situations. Finally, consider this. A fence-in law without teeth is a fence-out law. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, ma'am. Paige McCusker.
My name is Paige McCusker, 315 Melmont Lane, Arrington, 22922.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's
I'm
all
here
you.
today to talk about the importance of enforcing fencing ordinance 201902, livestock fencing provisions in Nelson County. As we all know, proper fencing is a critical component of keeping our communities safe and secure. It helps to prevent the escape of livestock and pets, which is what brought me here today. We have seen a growing number of residents who are disregarding fencing requirements either through ignorance of the regulations or simply a disregard for the law. This not only puts the safety of residents at risk, but it also decreases the overall value and appeal of our community. My neighbor has grotesquely inadequate fencing for their wild horses and aggressive dogs. These horses get out of their property, have come onto my property on a regular basis, defecated everywhere, destroyed grassy areas, destroyed plants, seasonal decoration. They've eaten our chickens' food and horses' food from our tack shed. This continued on a regular basis until we fenced in our property. These horses are also not trained, making them very dangerous 1,500 to 2,000 pound animals that will run in front of cars, run up and around people without regard to their safety. Their aggressive dogs have gotten under our fencing and resulted in a report to animal control. Also, other neighbors have called out these same dogs. If fencing laws are enforced, this would not have happened and will no longer continue to happen. We've also called animal control on the animals' living conditions, but still nothing happens. Some may argue that enforcing these requirements will be difficult and time-consuming, but I would argue that it is a small price to pay for the benefits it will bring. By taking a firm stance on fencing enforcement, we can send a clear message that Nelson County is committed to maintaining high standards and promoting public safety. In conclusion, it is the responsibility of this board to ensure that our regulations are upheld and that our residents are held accountable. By enforcing fencing requirements, we can maintain the safety and well-being of our communities and protect the investments of our residents. I would like to urge this board to take action on fencing enforcement. Let us work together to make Nelson County a safe and secure place for all of our residents now and for generations to come.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. Mark Franklin.
Good evening. Excuse me. Good evening. A basic role of the Board of Supervisors is to create tax revenue for the county. The Board of Supervisors and County Administration created a tourist-based economy here in our county. It is very evident now to all residents. The transient occupancy tax should be raised as proposed a year ago to create tax revenue to benefit the county based on this economy. There seemed to be consensus amongst the Board of Supervisors that a better management of ensuring these commercial taxes due are being collected. In nearly a year's time, what has been done to ensure all occupancy taxes rightfully due are collected? There is no telling how many millions of dollars in tax revenue you are allowing to slip away, in essence, costing the taxpayers money. I bet you could have gotten the school board that extra million or 2 million that they requested last year. I bet you could do a lot more for the community, the children, through Parks and Rec and other activities. The Board of Supervisors and County Administration currently is not managing the volume of tourism in the very tourist economy you so created. You are leaving tax revenues on the table uncollected, and you further waste Nelson County residents' tax dollars spending our revenues on tourism marketing. County supervisors and the administration's role should be to manage tourism and the business sector, not spend our tax revenue to promote business for the private sector. It seems planning and the Board of Supervisors are frequently scrambling to make sense of the development that is coming across this board. You must manage better, do better for your residents by building our community standards, and stop wasting our tax dollars. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Brother William, you got anything you want to say? You're the only two left. All right. There are no other public comments. I close the public comment section of the agenda. Moving on to the public hearings. Ordinance 02-2022-07. Andy and Jackie.
It's here to answer any questions you might have.
The purpose of the ordinance amendment tonight is to change the central absentee voter precinct location from the Nelson Memorial Library, located at 8521 Thomas Nelson Highway in Livingston, to the registrar's office at 571 Front Street in Livingston. This request is made by Registrar Brett, and we feel like it would serve her purposes much better than it being at her office than at the library. So we'd ask you to consider approval of ordinance 2022-07.
All right. I open up the public hearing referencing 2022-07. Anyone here wish to speak towards this public hearing?
Talked about that, it was introduced in 2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
I close the public hearing section. Can we get a motion to approve ordinance 2022-07? Unless there's questions. You do have a question? You said you wanted this to last 15 minutes. It's on you now.
What was your primary reason for just so you could stay in your office? And
No, I don't do central absentee, it's a separate precinct, but we have a conference room now that we can manage it better in. We have to take all of our voting equipment from early voting by mail. We would need to take 2 voting machines over to the library and set them up just so they can run tapes and then feed in the ballots by mail. It's much easier on our workers and safer to have it all in my office rather than transporting it down 29 for a couple hours and then back. Excuse me.
All right, any other questions? Make a motion.
make motion to approve.
02-2022, 07.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, let's do a vote, roll call vote.
Mr. Barton,
Yes.
Mr. Parker,
Yes.
Mr. Reed,
Yes.
Mr. Rutherford.
Yes. Great. Is there anything else staff needs before I do the other business?
I don't think so.
So I got this email, it should be in front of you, about the tree. It was in front of you. The Schuyler Museum, it's $6,500. And the tree's right there. They got to take down this tree next week. And Jennifer Roberts had mentioned to me, trying to see if the board would be interested in maybe helping with the pony of it a little bit. I don't think we need, if we did do anything, it would be something we'd pay for all of it. Maybe meet them halfway, $3,250. This tree's a big deal, so. We hadn't done anything for them in a long time, I don't think, so. What do y'all think?
I don't have a problem with it. I mean, we've done a lot for Fleetwood and for the Heritage Center in the last couple of years, and I don't think this is an outrageous ask. I support going in half with. Yes.
All right. Aaron, do you have anything before I ask for a motion?
No, I already told you.
I guess you did. Can you make a motion for $3,250?
Make motion 3250.
All right,
Second.
Second, any other discussion? Hearing none, let's do a roll call vote.
Mr. Barton,
Yes.
Mr. Parker,
Yes.
Mr. Reed,
Yes.
Mr. Rutherford.
Yes, thank you guys. All right, we can continue this meeting to a very fun, exciting meeting on February 21st at 4 p.m.
Wait a minute. What is that?
That's your joint meeting, Amherst Nelson,
That's Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
next Tuesday,
Okay.
What time?
4
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
in Amherst.
What's,
Amherst County Administration Building.
Okay. Motion to continue,
So moved.
motion. Second, any other discussion? We'll do a vote by acclamation. All those in favor say aye.
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 Are you an A? Okay, you can be an A. You're allowed to be an A. Ernie, are you an A or abstain?
I'll vote in favor.
Okay,
Who seconded that?
skip.
Okay.
All right, Tuesday. See y'all later.